For 300 bucks, a sports fan thought he was getting an autographed baseball, but it turns out he was duped, and he's not the only one. Investigators say 2 different victims bought bogus baseballs. They also came with fake, authentic certificates.
And he said, if you have any problem with it, give me a call back. And I haven't heard from the guy since.
Investigators detained Chad Baldwin. They searched his Gresham home, and they say they collected evidence of a forgery scheme. They also believe there are a lot of victims out there. So K2 wants to know, how can you tell if the collector's item you just bought is real or not? K2's Megan Coxine spent all night researching and talked to experts. So, Megan, what did you find out?
Well, Deb, experts say there's lots of little details to look for, like even on a baseball, the stitching can actually help verify the time period of that autograph. But the bottom line is you should do your homework before you invest in any memorabilia and know who you're buying from.
Take a look at these 2 autographs of Babe Ruth. Can you tell which one's real and which one's fake?
Does this signature look like the real thing?
No.
And Rob Wachnick would know. He's been collecting sports memorabilia for more than 50 years.
Started out as a bat boy with the Beavers in the 60s, and I've been collecting memorabilia ever since. This item here is a really nice item. That's signed by the 3 Ripkins.
He even has Babe Ruth's signature, so we asked him to compare the real one.
This ball was a 50s ball well after he was dead.
With this bogus one.
How can you tell that that is a fake compared to this real one you've got right here?
The ball was not vintage, and it was signed in ink pen rather than a fountain pen. They didn't have ink pens. Babe Ruth died in 1948. They still use fountain pens.
As for certificates of authenticity, investigators say this signature should always be done with pen, not digitized like this one. The notary public stamp should be raised and compressed. And this number, poorly cut out and superimposed, should be another red flag.
If you're going to spend hundreds of dollars on an item, take the time to find out if it's good and if the person who's selling it is credible.
Now, Wachnick doesn't just collect all those items, well, he's actually starting to sell some of those items online. So he actually talks about that this kind of fraud, the forgery, he says it happens more often than we actually know about and think about.
And probably more so because there's so much available online. So that's probably not the best way to go either if you're going to get something that you think is an authentic memorabilia item.
Yeah, and that's another thing he talked about with, like, especially Craigslist versus maybe eBay, actually knowing that who you're buying from is more of a business than just some sort of individual seller, really looking into their background.
All right, Megan, thank you.